alert, pulse of the planet. Keep it fast, standing. Red alert, yeah. Got the dirt on my soul, no grandstanding. No mask, not even if it's old dark 30s. Flint Street made, even dirt roads, Highway 30. 50, 40, 90, that'll get you 30. That's a clean sweep. Even
Welcome to Red Alert Houston Rocket Zone. I'm Hope Champion. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and drop Clutch City in the comments. And lock in to hear Daily Rockets talk.
Mic check. All right, let's get it in. This is Houston Rockets Red Alert. Gotta know what you heard, Unchained, Untap, Unfiltered, and Unapologetic. So look, this is where we at right now tonight. The Lakers are going to play the Houston Rockets. Rockets gonna play the Lakers. Lakers gonna play the Rockets. However you want to call this, the same thing to me. Now, what we do know is the last couple of games haven't been remarkable games. Haven't really been nothing to write home about, if that's how you want to say it. But we hope that tonight is a little bit different because we're playing a number 3 seed. Not that they should at all be better than us, but they have something that we don't have. We have 2 guys that can score the basketball whenever they want to score the basketball. Actually, 3. And that seems to be our biggest flaw. That seems to be our biggest downfall is guys that can just put the ball in the hoop. You know, if you can just put the ball in the hoop, you can beat the Rockets. And they definitely have guys that can put the ball in the hoop. Why is that important? Because it's going to be one of those type of games to where you just have to outplay your guy. You have to be locked in defensively. And so with that being said, let's get straight into the what it is. Okay? Okay. Boom. Okay. So what I'm finna do, let's go ahead and let's get straight into it. All right. Lakers Rockets tonight. Lakers have Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. DeAndre Ayton, man, he there, he not. We don't have Alpha Shunga, so at that, kind of evens itself out. We'll be headed by a snake of KD, Reed Shepard, and Jabari Smith Jr. And I said Jabari instead of Ahmed for a specific reason. Tonight's keys to the game. Offensive keys to the game. We need another KD scoring attack. We need a consistent dose of KD early in the game to keep up with Luka. If KD didn't come to beat LeBron again, we can just sit this one out as well. We got to attack the matchups. Obviously, Luka can't guard. He's a weak link in their offense, as well as Austin Reeves. So we have to attack those matchups with Jabari Smith Jr. and Amin Thompson. Amin has to be ready to attack Luka and get downhill on Luka and Austin Reeves every chance he can get. LeBron will be looking to solidify that paint with Rui Hachimura. Neither one of those guys are. LeBron is probably the best defender. Vando, but when you talk about size and athleticism and muscle strength, things like that, they have one guy that's a rough rider, and that's LeBron James. So he's going to be trying to solidify the lane by itself, and Alma just has to attack the matchups. And by the same token, Tari Eason has to continue to make himself impactful by converting fast breaks. I mean, Almond is a beast in the fast break, but I think some of our best fast breaks come off Tari Eason getting the ball and getting downhill. He's able to put the ball on the floor and he's able to finish well around the rim. And when he scores, 10 or so points, so right now, it's mostly coming off, you know, putting the ball on the floor from the half court or from the fast break and just, Euro stepping or getting past his man and finishing around the rim. And that's been the only way that he can get a good shot. He hasn't been making threes. So we kind of need him to do what you can do. You do what you do. You be him. You do what you do, but do it better. Okay. Defensive keys. We have to stop LeBron. LeBron is averaging like right at 20 points, 18 points, or something like that. And his points can kill you because Luka's going to be Luka. Austin Reeves is going to get it where he fit in. But LeBron can insert himself into the situation and just be a dagger right when the other guys start to slack up. When Luka's eating, and Luka's doing this shuffle, and they need a guaranteed bucket. LeBron can just forcefully put his head down, go straight through you with 275 pounds, muscle straight through you, and get to the cup. And ambidextrous, he still can get to either hand whenever he wants to, and he still can put it up. And that's going to mean you have to defend the paint. They don't have a big man down there. They have Luka doing fadeaways. They have Austin Reeves, who you can't let get to the rim. He's very shifty. He can get to the rim and hit you with the layup. You don't want Austin Reeves and LeBron beating you at the cup. All right? Okay. Now, that's our keys to the game for today. And our X factor for tonight's game is going to be our X factor for tonight's game is going to be, hello, how you doing? It's going to be Jabari Smith Jr. Again, it's going to be Jabari Smith Jr. And we are going to continue to use Jabari Smith Jr. as the X factor of the game because I am under the impression that no matter how you spin it, Jabari Smith Jr. is the key to this team right now. Jabari Smith Jr. is the key to the team. It's one of those things where he might not be the best player. He might not be the most efficient player. But as Jabari goes, so goes the team. So goes the salmon as they swim upstream. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to stick with that for tonight. I just think that Jabari is going to be the key factor, and you have to allow Jabari to be Jabari. You have to take the bitter with the sweet and the good with the bad. He's going to take some shots that some people don't like. I like most of his shots. Most of his shots are timely shots, and they right to the floor of the offense. The thing about Jabari is he only gets shots in the flow of the offense. So when Jabari's taking a shot, he's not getting to, hey, let me get to my favorite spot. Give me the ball right where I want it. And then I'm going to go to my favorite spot and I'm going to do my favorite thing. He's not getting that. He's getting, get the ball. I have to shoot it because it's a rush three-pointer, but I have to shoot it because the team needs me to shoot the ball to keep the defense honest. So sometimes when Jabari is missing shots, it's simply because he's not getting a valid opportunity to take an uncontested or unrushed shot from three. So sometimes he's taking a shot that's hella rushed because it's the right shot to take and they need him to take that shot. So sometimes when you see Jabari having a bad shooting night or Tari having a bad shooting night, it's because that shot came to them on the back end of an offensive set that was probably busted and they were the open man and they have to take that shot, but it's not their preference in timing, it's not their preference in shot clock the amount of time that's left on the shot clock duration. And sometimes Jabari and Tar are being asked to take shots that are rushed with people chasing them off the line or people closing out on them hella fast. And they take rush shots. So for me, Jabari is the key to the game. And Jabari is he's going to take bad shots sometimes, not bad shots. I mean, they all good shots, but sometimes they're just going to be rush shots. Sometimes they're just going to be rushed, and that's what it is. You can't get mad at a guy for taking a shot with the defense closing out on him and he misses it because he's getting himself in position, he's catching the ball, he's shooting the ball, and he's trying to do it before the guy can get back to him. It's not like I get the 1-2 throw him off balance. He got a guy that's on balance coming right towards him, directly V-line to him, and I got to shoot the ball, and I got to not pay attention to this guy, and I got to knock it down. And yes, we need him to knock him down. And this is what we need from Jabari. Now, I'm gonna say this. I didn't clip it. I might. I was on the stream, let's say maybe the beginning of last week or something like that, and I gave my spiel about it. I think it was the Wizards game. I gave my spiel about we needed tough guys. We needed an enforcer, somebody that would bump the player, hit the player, be ready to be physical with a guy when a guy's physical with KD. I think it was after the Spurs game. And I said, look, when guys get physical with KD, we need an enforcer. We need Jabari to get a headband or arm sleeve and just go out there and be the enforcer. Well, guess what? Tari and Amin came out with the headbands on, and they've been the enforcer. They haven't been rah-rah like Jabari can channel a different level of energy and hypeness. He kind of can emanate and exude himself as far as energy goes. And Amin and Tari are they're not really hype guys, like rah-rah type guys, but they did throw on the headbands. And I think, just having a little flair, a character, show that you're having fun with the game. I think that sometimes it gives the team confidence. You got a little swagger out there. You're not out there looking like weenie dogs or whatever. You can't be out there looking like weenie dogs and then expecting teams to be scared of you. So bringing the headbands out, some ankle braces, knee braces, all that stuff. Be out there with some swagger. And I know people be like, man, damn the swagger, man, that looks don't matter. It do. It really matters. Looks really matter in sports, man. I don't listen. When a team sees the swagger, if you come out with swagger, that it gives you a little edge. And I know people don't believe it, but it just does. You ever go to the basketball court and you see a guy out there with the Jordans on and the right size socks and nice fit, whatever? He might be playing a regular ball game. He might be having a regular game. But if it look good, he floating, he doing it with flair, and he scores 6 points on you in a game of 15, it feel like he scored 10. Because he's doing it, he's having fun, he's doing it with swagger. And sometimes that little bit of swagger, that little bit of we having fun is exactly what can break another team's will. That's exactly what can break another team's will. So I am a fan of the headbands. I wish Jabari would have brought a little bit of that, but I mean he's the clean cut guy, but he still get hype with it. So it kind of threw me off because I was expecting, not expecting, but I kind of would like for the guy that can get I kind of would like for that guy to be the one that kind of sticks out. But headband Amin and headband Tari is a good look. I can live with it, all things considered. But as far as Jabari goes, I'm cool with him taking shots. I'm cool with him missing shots. I understand the fact that he's not getting the shots that he wants throughout the shot clock. He has to work within the confines of the offense, and he gonna miss some shots sometimes. Sometimes they're gonna be rush shots. That's just what it is. But tonight, he's gonna have an advantage because guys are gonna be trying to double. I mean, probably not really try to double too much, but Luka's going to be slow getting in rotation. Austin Reeves can't hold nobody, so I'm going to be getting downhill. It should be easy kickouts to guys like Jabari and Tari. They should be getting easy kickouts tonight. And I'm pretty sure that JJ Redick is going to have Austin Reeves stay at home because he can't get back. There's no way he can go over to dig and then get back. He's not fast enough, and neither is Luka. So they probably just going to stay at home on their man. But if you move in just a little bit, when that paint collapse and Luka goes for the rebound, you can get an easy spray out to a shooter. So Jabari is going to have opportunity to make big shots tonight, but overall, we're going to just need a heavy dose of Kevin Durant to keep up with Luka. And we're going to need Austin Reeves to match his counterpart. I mean, we're going to need Reed Shepard to match his counterpart in Austin Reeves because they're going to shoot a ton of threes. Luka's going to shoot a ton of threes. Luka's going to shoot at least, 12 threes. LeBron's going to shoot 4 or 5 threes. Austin Reeves going to shoot 3 or 4 threes. Rui's going to shoot 2 or 3 threes. They're going to shoot threes. Vando is only going to shoot threes, holistically. That's what he does. So they're going to shoot threes. And we're going to, our guys are like Jabari shoots 5, Tari shoots 4, KD might shoot 6. And then Dorian Finney-Smith to shoot 3. Kogi might shoot 3. So you can't be outshot by these guys. You can't get outshot by these guys by a large margin. That's just what the facts is. At the end of the day, what we're gonna have to have tonight is a solid defensive game. Just a solid defensive game. You're not really stopping none of these guys. None of these guys can we stop. Let's just brass tacks. Let's just brass tax that right off the bat. We're not going to stop any of these players that they have. The 3 guys that they got shooting the ball, we not stopping them. What we're going to have to do is have a solid defensive game, make sure that we contest shots, and we have to beat these guys on the glass. We have to beat these guys on the glass. We cannot get out rebounded. Luka's going to get his 7, 8 rebounds. LeBron's going to get his 8, 9, 10 rebounds. What you can't have is Austin Reeves with 6 or 7 rebounds. If Austin Reeves has more rebounds than Jabari Smith Jr., we lose automatically. Because look, Ahmed's going to have 8, 9 rebounds. Tari's going to have 7, 8 rebounds. KD's going to have 5, 6, rebounds. Jabari cannot get out rebounded by Austin Reeves. That's just a fact. Jabari, it's so much hanging on this game for Jabari Smith Jr. to where it is going to be like this for the rest of the season. So for the rest of the season, what I'm saying, what I'm talking, what I'm doing, what I'm doing, and I'm saying what I'm saying, just know I'm gonna be sounding like a broken record. And I'm gonna be saying Jabari Smith Jr., Jabari Smith Jr., Jabari Smith Jr. And I wish I had a better name than Big Shot Bar, which I named him, almost immediately, the first season we got him. Obviously that was the name that he would have got because he was hitting big shot after big shot. But I wish I had a better nickname for him. But Jabari Smith Jr. is going to be the name that I say the most, probably for the rest of the season, because every game is going to hinge on his productivity. Every game is going to hang in the balance of what he's able to accomplish and the growth he, the strides he continues to make as far as growth wise. And that even goes into the playoffs. Last year in the playoffs, Jabari looked as solid as anybody we had. And the word on the street was he didn't get the shots. Jabari should have got more shots in the playoffs. Jabari should have got more shots. Ime didn't get Jabari shots. Ime didn't get Jabari shots. Well, what we've done this year was we gave Jabari enough time to kind of figure out how you can get your shots. How can you get your shots? How can you get your shots when Ime don't call no plays for you? Because he didn't call plays for him last year. He didn't call plays for him in the playoff. He ain't called plays for him in 60 games. Guess what? He's not finna call no plays for him. His is get your money, get in where you fit in. And it's going to be determined from now until well into the playoffs. He's going to have to find a way to get his shots and knock them down. He got to read the defense. He got to know when they coming. Do I take this 3 or do I put it on the floor and try to get to the basket? When I get to the basket, am I going up strong or am I going to the layup? It wouldn't hurt for him to have a little jump hook, but at this point, is no point in shooting a jump hook if you haven't shot one all year. Getting bounced in the first round of the playoffs is going to be based off of how effective is Jabari in the playoff. Remember, it wasn't just me that was saying Jabari could have got more shots in the playoff. It wasn't just me that was saying that Jabari was looking good in last year's playoff. It was everybody. It was full scale Rockets onslaught across the board. Everybody knew Jabari was looking good in the playoffs. Could have got more shots. Well, now he has the opportunity to pick when he wants his shots and take those shots and get those shots. And he knows he's been learning all year how to get to his own thing, how to get to his own bag. You know, he did step backs and made people mad. He did the driving baseline fader, which I love the baseline pull up more than I like the elbow pull up that don't hit the glass. You know, I love when you go baseline and pull up because that's a much easier shot than the elbow and you're not using the glass. But with that being said, he's going to be getting those shots from now into the playoff. And into the playoffs, he's going to have opportunity to put his stamp on the playoff. So for me, yes, Reed Sheppard is the guy. Reed Sheppard is doing good. Obviously, he can make or break how good we can be. If he just goes nuclear from now until the end of the playoffs, you know, we stand a good chance of beating anybody. That's true. But it takes Reed Sheppard, Kevin Durant to go nuclear. Alperen Sengun is getting his rest, like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. Alperen Sengun needed a rest. I didn't know it was his back, but I can tell he wasn't getting the lift on his dunks. So he's getting his little rest before the playoff run. I'm cool with it. You know, I think we can win a couple of games without him. Obviously, we look bad because he does provide a certain, you know, interior presence, quote, I'm doing air quotes. He does provide an interior presence, you know, if that's what you call it. And I like the fact that Ime talked about where people like to get the action going in, because he addressed something that Rockets fans always talk about. Why come Alperen Sengun getting the ball at 3-point line? Why come movement and movement and movement? This guy likes the ball right here. This is how he gets his best rhythm is when he get the ball right here. This is how he been playing all his life. He get the ball right here. He can do this. And he may kind of address that where certain people like to get their action going at. Now, not saying that that's the best way to play basketball, but he's only been here for 2 years to try to implement change. He has 3, 4 more years or another 5 years or whatever it is on his contract. So I think he has opportunity to constantly, casually grow the offense. But yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Tell me what you think in the chat. Are you taking the Rockets? You taking the Lakers? You know, you got 15 points. Is it a 15-point win? You think the Rockets can pull off a 15-point win if we dominate the glass and we contest? Should we beat the Lakers by 15 points, or you know, do you think we're that good? Let me know what you think about that. Also, I don't think you know, this is a game where we really have to get a feel for what the Lakers are going to do. We kind of know who they are at this point. If you've been watching, obviously we played Luka a bunch of times. We played LeBron a bunch of times. We know what Austin Reeves is. We don't have a Jalen Green to throw out there and say, hey, you know, he better than you and all that kind of stuff. We got to go out there and we got to be physical with these guys. This is a physical team. Whether you know it or not, Lemon Daddy, whatever they call him, he's a physical guard. And Luka's a physical guard. And LeBron's is 270, 280. So this is a physical team. And they whine a lot. So it's a physical team with immense influence on the referees. So not only can they get physical, they can also get love from the referees. Why? Well, because they're in Tinseltown. And as long as they're in Tinseltown, it benefits the league for them to look like a dominant team. So They can come out and get physical with you. And if you're not ready to get physical back, this could easily be a blowout. I think we have them back to back. If we have them back to back, I know we play them 2 times. I don't know if we play them. No, we play them tonight, and then we play them Wednesday. So, can we afford to lose tonight and then try to win the next game? Well, we're half a game back. I think if we're half a game back and we lose tonight, that puts us a game and a half back. We'll never get back in third place. And who can catch us from there? Anybody can catch us from there. I think this is a game we have to win because if we lose now and then we lose then we like could slip all the way down to the 5th seed or some shit. So I just think it's too crucial of a game right now for us to, let for us to take our foot off the gas or for us to not accelerate. For us not to accelerate at this point, we need to be all hands on deck. One more thing before I get ready to start shutting it down. But this is what I wanted to say about Jabari. The big shot bar moniker. Again, I credit myself with that because I'm the one that said he reminded me more of a Robert Horry than of Kevin Garnett, and that's a real thing. He is a very focused player in high pressure situations. And I think it's muscle memory from just having to do it in high pressure situations growing up. We noticed that players who parents played in the league, they tend to focus the more the pressure's on, and they tend to overthink when it's not pressure. But this is what I wanted to throw out there because I don't feel like my streams get back to nobody in the team, but I always wanted to say certain things and just kind of throw it out in the ether and be like, okay, maybe the universe will drop it into his sleep or something like this. And I did that with the shooting off the backboard. It never made it. But I did do it with the headband, and and Tari ended up with it. I wanted Jabari to end up with the headband. With that being said, I'm gonna throw this out there. For Jabari, his level of focus has to be like he has to be the guy for us that for one, I said this like last year, I think. The end of every quarter, Jabari should be taking at least 2 or 3 shots. That's one thing. But to add on to that, because he is a clutch player, and if he's proven that he's a clutch player, then maybe you should just give him shots in the clutch part of every quarter. Maybe that'll work. Reed is a clutch player too. I'm noticing that when we down or the game is close, Reed has a tendency to want to take that big shot to either close the gap or stretch it out. When it's good to have Jabari and Reed on the floor together because both of those guys are really clutch players. Those 2 guys, I think, are the kind of guys that we really want on this team going forward. You don't want to get rid of either one of those guys for no reason to stay with Ahmed. But with that being said, what I'm getting at with Jabari is he has to play more so like every moment is a clutch moment. He has to play more so like every moment is a high pressure situation and they need me right now without overthinking it. Magic Johnson said this. I read Magic Johnson's book when I was like 14 years old. And Magic Johnson said he would just play basketball and not even ever look at the score. He would just play basketball and never even look at the score. Now, that's not saying he don't have the score running in his head, but I think what he was really alluding to, if I remember correctly, is that he just wanted to play basketball at a certain level the right way, as hard as he could, every single play, whether the score was, because if you down, you got to play hard. If you up, you need to play hard. So I think his point was he wanted to play every moment as best he could all the time. So I think that's what will really make Jabari morph Jabari into an absolute killer is just playing every single moment like this is the big shot. This is the big shot. This is the big shot. I need to make it. I need to make this big shot. I need to make this big pass. Everything is Everything is clutch. Every minute from now on is clutch. Now, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't. Tell me if you want me to pull back up later. Whatever. Did I forget anything? Oh, I did forget this.
Every show needs a spark. Ours, you. Step into the spotlight for a one-on-one fire debate. Call out a take. Defend your own or a beat and teach masterclass. Winners earn bragging rights and rewards. Email redalert.rocketzone@gmail.com to lock your spot or choose a topic from our board. Thanks for supporting the movement. Tap subscribe, drop a like, and if you want to buy us a coffee, Cash App, $26KG1. Every show needs a spark, and you are ours. Salute to you.
All right. Okay, so it's 9:36. The game is jumping off, and I'm out. Peace.
I'm your host, Hope Champion, and this has been another exciting edition of Red Alert Rocket Zone. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the great things we have coming your way. Want to jump into one of our one-on-one debates? Email us at redalert.rocketzone@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. While you're at it, head over to the website and check out the KG1 merch. And if you want to show support or buy us a coffee, you can send it through Cash App, $26KG1. We truly appreciate your support because every show needs a spark. And for us, you are it. So come back again and blast off with Red Alert Rocket Zone.
Another night, another stat I can't defend. Another hope, our hope never ends. Every loss feel like deja vu, but every win reminds me why I do. The lights fade, but the passion don't. The city fans got pushed back for the smoke. Even when the shots don't fall, I'm still here to talk that talk. You can't believe I'm still tuned to this tone. Still taking off in the rocket zone. All the heat, all the pride, you know what we own. Yeah, welcome home to the Red Alert Zone. We're gonna break it down like how to break down the zone. He is an alien man, Mike calling on the phone. Every fan's a debater at heart. Every stance to take is part of the art. Oh, they say the data never lies, but numbers can't feel what's on the heart inside. So we clutch city till we die, even if we hold their feet to the fire. Tune to this tone, oh, taking off in the rocket zone. All the heat, all the pride, you know what we own. Yeah, welcome home to the Red Alert Zone. No alien man, he is an alien man. He's an alien, that's a man, and he is a Rockies fan. Oh, alien man, calling to talk about the Rockies. Oh, alien man, he's an alien man. Oh man, he just an alien. He's an alien, alien. He's an alien, he's an 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 alien. Oh, alien, he's an alien. Oh, alien, he's an alien. Oh, alien, he's an alien. the Red Alert Zone.